Okay, hi guys, welcome. Welcome to our new ambassador training. So tonight we're going to talk about a couple of things that you probably want to know as new ambassadors. So welcome to our team, by the way. I have it formatted very differently, so normally I can see everyone and it's a little bit odd and I end up talking to myself in the corner. Anyways, okay. You know what, I'm going to change it because I can't stand this. Hang on, I'm just going to move it back to gallery view. Okay.
There we go.
All right, so this call is about things you need to know as a new ambassador. And so by way of introduction, because most of you know us, but some of you don't. So I'm Megan Goff.
I'm Justin Goff.
And we are the, founders of one team, which is kind of fun. So 3 years ago, I actually started Plexus after multiple people reached out to me and kept reaching out to me and sharing on Facebook. And I started to be truly educated about what Plexus was about, because originally 18 months previously I said no thank you, even though my invitation to Plexus came from a girl I'd followed in health and wellness for years and years. I just thought it looked like weight loss and an MLM. For whatever reason, I was like, no thanks. And so anyways, I hopped in 3 years ago, and I started on the triplex combo, which we're going to be talking about tonight. And then the next month, I put my kids on ProBio 5. We have 6 kids. At the time, we only had 5. 4 were old enough to take the probiotic. And so I knew probiotics were really essential. I really believed in supplementation and had I always made it a priority on our budget, because I think supplements rank up there with food. Like, it's really important, especially nowadays. We grow a lot of our own food, but even then, we're not getting what our bodies need to be functioning optimally. So I started the kids on ProBio 5, and this was after I quit 2 weeks into my Plexus journey, because I thought that the products were causing milk supply issues for my baby. But turns out he was tongue and lip tied. So I popped back on the products, put the kids on the probiotic, and after 1 month, Benjamin's eczema, he was 4 at the time, went away completely. And I thought, okay, I think I'm onto something here. And so anyways, I put Justin on the triplex maybe in April. And he was my guinea pig. He was pretty much game for whatever I gave him. So as long as I set it out for him and made it, and he was game for taking it. So that's kind of how our journey started. We just started on the triplex. I added X Factor, the original X Factor vitamin, in 2 months later, and noticed a huge difference. And I recommend anyone with gut issues and anyone with thyroid issues to be on that. I mean, everyone should be on it, but especially those people should start with it, definitely. I always recommend starting on the Fab 4 or the Fab 5 when people begin Plexus. So the triplex combo, the Mega X, and then the X Factor. I don't have a bottle of it with me right now, but those 5 products have been my go-tos and definitely a benefit to mom life. You want to share a little bit about you starting products?
Yeah, I guess I had gained some extra weight because we were leading a Bible study, and there were some older ladies that came. So every Sunday night was like a potluck. It was awesome. But it took its toll, because when you get above 30-ish, something that packs on but doesn't come off easy. So I started, and for me personally, I've always been Megan's guinea pig, so I trusted her. And the one that she was talking to, a friend of ours, I trusted her too. She's a health and wellness lady. She owns the largest online herb store, I think, in the country. So she knows what she's talking about. So I trusted the ones I was listening to, and they said, Megan just said, take this. So I said, okay. I took it, and like I said, I trusted her, and for me, the products were great. Currently I'm down between 25 and 30 pounds. And I feel great. And
what products do you take?
Right now I take the triplex. I take the X Factor Plus multivitamin, and I take the Vital Biome. And if I push a workout really hard, I might have to take some Ease capsules to help with that, and maybe the Ease cream. But typically I take the triplex, the multivitamin, and the Vital Biome. But so besides the weight loss, and I'll just say that wasn't really fast weight loss. It was over a long period of time. So it was healthy weight loss. And I feel great. I wasn't looking for a weight loss program. I was just looking to feel good, and I feel great. Like I say to people, before Plexus, I was shuffling to the coffee pot, drinking 2.5 pots a day. with ankle pain, joint pain. And now I have a couple cups of coffee in the morning and I'm training for triathlons. I feel great. I feel better at 41 than I did at 31, to be honest with you. So joint pain's down. I sleep better than I've slept my whole adult life. I have all day energy, and I'm regular. So, that's may not sound like a big deal, but if you haven't been, it's a big deal. So for me, it's really worked in lots of different areas. So I'm absolutely thrilled with the results I've had.
And Justin has a lot of guys on his team that have great results, from everything from regularity to sleep. His old boss had, I dare say, a non-compliant word, but diverticulitis, and was headed to surgery to get part of his colon removed.
Yeah, so, I just talked to him yesterday. Yeah. So he came to me 18 months ago and said, what should I do? They're going to take 10 inches of my colon out. And I said, well, I would try these products. They're helping people with gut issues. What do you have to lose? Mm-hmm. They're already taking a part of your colon. It's not like it can get much worse. So he took the products, and yesterday I talked to him, and he said he's had one diverticulitis attack, or whatever you want to call that, flare up. He's only had one in 18 months, and that was over a year ago, and he still has his whole colon. So,
and this is a super successful business guy. Yeah. I mean, so anyways, exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I started with the triplex as well, added the X Factor, and I had actually, I don't know if you guys have heard my story, some of you have, but we have been exposed to mold, toxic mold, for I don't know how long, for a long time, and it caused a lot of health issues in our kids and in our bodies. I feel like I was affected the most, and it developed like an autoimmune disease and thyroid issues, hormone problems out the wazoo. I was very fatigued, tired, whatever. And so I was working with a naturopath, and that was in the midst of that was when I was first introduced to plexus. And then I ended up transitioning after just a lot of my friends were educated about how plexus was about body balance, blood sugar stabilization, gut health, healing root issues. And so it made sense to me in so many ways. And I looked at the products, and they were more comprehensive and less expensive than what the naturopath was having me do. And I liked that there's a blood sugar balancing component, because I was constantly dealing with lows, like no matter what I did. Like I actually kind of forget about how I used to feel, but just like that, always like on edge, like angry at the snap of a hat or the drop of a hat, and just jittery, shaky. I was nursing a baby all the time, and I just couldn't get those blood sugar levels up. And diabetes runs in my family, and I was researching how low blood sugars when you're young can often lead to high blood sugars later, because it's a pancreas issue. And so that chromium really helps to balance out blood sugar levels and help your body function like it should be. So anyways, and I truly believe that every single person benefits from quality supplements, and that it's an important part of living a whole and healthy life. And let's see. So let's talk about success on the products really quick. So a couple of things that I like to just prep the people that I'm personally helping start plexus, and then on the team as well. So the C, the D, and the P word, words, I should say. So consistency, what am I going to say? Discipline and patience, because those things are so crucial when you're starting something like plexus, because it's not a quick fix. I always tell people this takes time. As ambassadors, you're at least giving this 3 to 6 months to see what it can do for you. So, it took our bodies years usually to get into the state that it's in. And those little warning signs that we have in our bodies, like, oh my goodness, I have restless legs. Oh my word, my digestive system is not working like it should, or I'm gaining too much weight, or I'm losing too much weight. All those symptoms and PMS and all those things are telling us that something's not quite right in our body. And so I was listening to actually a dietitian teach about plexus supplements, and she said she repeats it 3 times with her brand new ambassadors, that you will feel worse before you feel better. And that's not across the board necessarily. There's always people that feel great, like within a week or within 3 days of drinking something, like, oh my word, it's like the whole world is like opened up into like full color because they feel so much better. But a lot of times people will start the products like I did, and I started to see, like, I felt like my mood was enhanced, which I didn't feel depressed or anything before, but I was just like, wow, I felt perkier and peppier in my sugar cravings. I noticed in my first week. And then I started Probio 5 and BioCleanse, and some detox started setting in. Now I'm a little bit of a rare case because I knew that I was going to detox a lot because I had been exposed to so much fungus and mold and yeast overgrowth in my body and things like that. So I knew that it was going to take me some time. I always prep people that between weeks 3 and 4 usually is where detox peaks for people. And so just to be aware of that. And there's about 30 to 40% of people that experience some detox. If you don't fall within that category, don't worry. That's great. Okay. So, but if you do, we wanted to kind of give you a couple of tips and ideas. So if you go onto the Learning Center page or our One Team page, if you type in the little search bar, healing crisis, Herxheimer reaction, yeast die-off, or detox symptoms, there's a lot of articles and information that'll pop up that'll just help you know more. Because I really feel like the more you know, the better you'll be, because you'll just educate yourself so that you know that when you're experiencing, oh my, I have a headache, or oh my, I'm dealing with like some bloating and different things like digestively, I feel, yucky. And, I had like 3 days of intense stomach pain when I started Probio 5. Like I would wake up in the night nauseous and stuff, but I knew it was like, okay, detox, it's cleaning stuff out. So I always view it as a positive thing. Like when that starts to happen, that's good. That means the products are doing what they're supposed to do. So Justin might want to share his experience with detox because it was different than mine. Like mine was very digestive related. I had some headaches, I had some bloat for a while. But I wasn't easing into the products like I coach people to do either. So I wasn't like really following my own advice, but his experience was interesting. Like I didn't even know what to tell him. I was like, I don't know. You remember that with X Factor?
Yeah. So I tried to take the X Factor because I know I've taken multivitamins for over a decade, but I wanted to take the X Factor because I knew it was an excellent multivitamin, but every time I took it, I'd have the worst heartburn. It was like crazy. And so I had to stop taking the X Factor, which was a bummer. I just went back to my old multivitamin. And then I started having heartburn again, probably a month or so into it of taking the products consistently. And even water would give me heartburn. Everything gave me heartburn. And then all of a sudden, one day, the heartburn was gone, never has come back, and now I can take the X Factor. So the only thing I can really figure is that I was going through some detox at the time, and maybe that was too much for my system to take the Triplex and the X Factor early on. So I just kind of waited it out, and now I take it without any issues. Also, my joint pain actually got worse before it got better. My joint pain in my hands got worse, which I just chalked that up as detox. And then all of a sudden one day it was gone, and I don't really deal with any joint pain anymore in my hands. So, that's my experience with it. Anyway, everybody's different though. I mean, you may not experience detox at all. I mean, everybody's body is in a different, spot. So just be aware that detox can and does happen to some people as you begin these products, and as you're coaching people that you might sign up to, you might want to just give them a heads up, like, hey, it's natural to possibly see some detox. Anytime you add natural products into your system, whether they're plexus or not, natural products do help your body to detox. So it's important to educate the people that you're talking to about those things.
Oh, definitely. Because we don't want people saying, oh, I had reactions to plexus, or, oh, I did not handle the products very well. Well, our bodies are naturally detoxing every day, all day anyways. Plexus is just helping to aid that process and to kind of slough off the nasty that's in your gut anyway. So this is like stuff that's going on in your gut, in your GI tract. So this is not like a detox in the sense of a harsh liver detox where you're like, really pulling crazy stuff out of your muscles and your liver and like, for a 2-week thing. This is like something that's very gentle. You're just simply helping along what's already supposed to be going on. So there's also layers of healing. So you might go for a couple weeks and not notice anything, and then all of a sudden, boom, you up your Probio 5, you up your BioCleanse, and it's like there's more detox happening. It's not uncommon. So I did want to reference this book really quick, Recaging the Beast. If you haven't read this or a similar book about the yeast connection and how much what goes on in our gut affects our whole body, that whole gut-brain connection, it's a very fascinating topic, and it will open your eyes to see like how important what we're eating is. So I'm a huge proponent of diet. Like, you can't do plexus and expect to see results if you're eating at McDonald's or you're just eating a lot of prepared foods. So I'm a huge advocate of what we eat matters. Eating whole, healthy foods, do Whole30, do Maker's Diet, whatever, whatever like eating plan goes with your lifestyle. And I feel like eating healthy takes pre-planning, shopping the outskirts of the grocery store, going to your local farmer's market, finding some great quality meat, eggs, dairy, things like that. So I did want to say that too, because I really think some people try to add in plexus before and not address their diet. And I really feel like they go hand in hand for sure. They mesh together. So, it's always really, really good and valuable to be intentional about our health, to take that responsibility seriously, and just to focus on that, because the more we focus on it, the better we're going to be. And we're going to be better equipped to be moms and dads, better equipped to be, a blessing to people, and to have the energy to, go run and play with grandkids and things like that in the future. Or if that's where you're at now, that's awesome. So I did want to say a couple things about if you are experiencing some detox, there's a couple things you can do. So milk thistle capsules you can buy in a health food store. They just help your liver filter things quicker. It's just a liver support. So that's helpful. High amounts of water. Drink your water. Fill up a thing in the beginning of the day and make sure you get it drunk before bedtime, or fill it up a couple of times. I would caution against using a lot of plastic products because of the hormones that, or whatever, pseudo hormones that kind of get into your bloodstream that way. But get a Yeti or a Bubba Keg or something so that you can be drinking your water. And sometimes people tell me, oh yeah, I'm drinking water, but like, are you really tracking how much water you're drinking? Because a lot of people think they eat healthier than they do, and that they drink more water than they actually do. So same with the eating thing. Keep a food log, like especially if you're really looking to lose weight using plexus supplements. Like, keep a food log of what you're truly eating and what you're putting in your mouth. And sugary treats especially, those will keep you from losing the weight. So Epsom salts. So taking some baths in Epsom salts, brushing, like skin brushing, oil pulling, and then exercise. Exercise is so crucial, so important. There's such benefits in a lot of ways to exercise. So in light of the regimen, let's go over that really quick. So it's very, very simple and customizable. So you'll start with your pink drink every day. And I actually have some fruit in my pink drink. So I have a lot of ice. And I have frozen, it was frozen, strawberries, mango, peaches. I have like this tropical blend that I bought, and just kind of ended up that way. I like to drink flavored water, so I just added my pink drink to that. When I first started, I thought the pink drink was way too sweet, and this was actually the original pink drink. But I got used to it, I added some lemon. Sometimes I'll squeeze some fresh lime and put a lot of ice in it. So you can tweak it. Some people drink it like a shot. Some people like to drink it in more water with ice. But just get it in you, basically. And then I always take the Mega X and my X Factor with my Slim in the morning. Or sometimes I drink it after lunch. So it's just, for me, it's whenever I remember. Some people really are very religious about always taking it before breakfast or before lunch, but they're very customizable. Keep your regimen simple. So I take my stuff in the morning, and then I take these two things at bedtime: BioCleanse and ProBio 5. I keep them by my bedside so I don't forget to take them. And so ProBio 5 is a Superman probiotic. The reason why it's so much better than anything else out there is because it's combined with enzymes, and it's actually a yeast fighter. That's what's so unique and why it makes it so effective. So a lot of people are like, oh, the CFU count isn't that high. Oh, it doesn't have to be refrigerated. All those things that people bring up. But I have researched this very thoroughly, and I'm totally impressed, because I was taking a probiotic that was 4 times as expensive and had 250 billion CFU counts. And I'm not going to say that other probiotic wasn't effective, but this one does the job. Mm-hmm. So why do I have to take that other expensive one plus the other gut stuff that my naturopath had me on? So anyways, and then BioCleanse is the sweeper. So it's an oxygenated magnesium supplement. These have taken away my restless legs and helped so much in pregnancy. So I love those. Don't go a night without them. I do take Vital Biome on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. I forgot to mention that. I just keep it by my bedside. It's actually a probiotic that helps with mood. And so if you haven't researched this is a good one, because what goes on in our gut like really affects us. And so there's certain beneficial bacteria that help our bodies function like they should. And so if you struggle with mood issues, or even if you don't, you just need a chill pill, this is your friend. Okay. And then, so my X Factor, I talked about that. And then, okay, there's some other ones. Block, Accelerator, Boost, Edge, the P96 shakes, Ease and Nerve. Justin referenced the Ease a little bit. We do loading doses of this sometimes. I actually did a challenge. Some people that are struggling to lose weight, like if you get to a point where you plateau, it might be time to change up what you're taking. Time of day, just do something different so your body doesn't get so used to things. And then consider adding the loading doses of Ease. So loading dose would be 2 capsules 3 times a day. So you'd need like 2 or 3 bottles for a month worth. But a lot of people notice like their face, just their puffiness, the inflammation starts to reduce big time in their bodies. So just a little plug on that one. And then the Ease, or the body cream, it's gray. It's this gray lotion. I use it every day on my face as moisturizer. So I really like that. And then Justin will take the Boost pre-workout. There's some herbs in there that just build stamina and help. Block is great if you're wanting to lose weight. I would definitely add that in at some point, although I always start people out on X Factor and Triplex, because gut health is so crucial, and blood sugar balance. Just stay consistent with that. And then, as you're adjusting your lifestyle, you're adjusting your eating habits, and you're getting your gut cleaned out, then you might consider adding in the Boost if you work out, and you want it to work out harder and faster and longer. Accelerator is to kind of accelerate the weight loss if you want a thermogenic. Anyone that has heart issues or is pregnant should not take Accelerator or Boost. Block is also a great weight loss one. Kim Phillips has a couple of YouTube videos about Block in particular, and someone else was just referencing that for weight loss. So you take it before your biggest meals, and you can also take 2 at bedtime as well. So anyways, you can go research YouTube for details on that, but that's a great one. So I feel like there was something else I was going to say about the products, but I can't remember. So what questions do you guys have? Anyone have questions? Feel free to click the little video button, because most of you, we can't see your faces, and it is always nice to be able to see faces. So if you have any questions, feel free to unmute or just put your question in the chat thread, and we can help answer any questions you might have about products. Anyone? Can someone unmute? No one?
If you think of something, maybe not even now, but even later, don't be afraid to reach out to your sponsor and ask questions. Don't be afraid, even if you want to reach out to us and ask questions. We're available. So, I mean, it's not, if you don't ask the question now, it's not like it will never be answered. You can reach out really at any time. So
there's a lot of different starter directions on the team page. So they're all custom. I mean, you can just tweak it to what works for you. So I always recommend starting out super slow and then working up to 4 and 4 of ProBio and BioCleanse. Some people like to do 2 pink drinks a day, but I don't recommend that until you've eased into the product slowly and worked through any detox that you have going on. BioCleanse also is very customizable, so feel free. Some people can't tolerate a whole lot of magnesium, so if you need to tweak that one, you can. And I usually do start people on BioCleanse first if they struggle with constipation. So if that's you, do BioCleanse first. Otherwise, start with ProBio 5. Okay. Anyone else?
Hey, Megan.
Yeah.
I hope you can hear me. If somebody has started taking a quarter of a slim, should they wait until they're up to a whole thing before they add in the BioCleanse and the probiotic?
No, not necessarily. Usually I'll have people do Slim for like 2 days and then add in Probio 5 or BioCleanse.
Okay.
And people can always, like, I just went full force into everything.
We didn't get starter instructions, so we just kind of just started taking stuff. So, don't do that. That's why we send starter instructions to people now.
Well, I think that I didn't follow even my own starter instructions when I was doing BioCleanse because I had people starting with me at the same time. So.
And if any of you guys want starter instructions from a guy's perspective, so very short and very sweet, I have some, because what I was sending to guys, the guys weren't even reading them. It was like a huge, long story, and the guys, you know how guys are, no instructions, right? No directions. So the guys were taking like 4 or 6 BioCleanse, and it was bad. So I had to rewrite starter instructions from a guy's perspective. So I have some.
We need to upload this to the files.
We can put that on the team page or something. So that might be helpful.
My ambassador starter directions for people. Okay. Well, we're going to just transition over and talk about how to get your products paid for. So there might be some that pop on, pop off. So, all right, let's talk about getting your products covered. So this is a win-win because while you're getting healthy, you're also sharing and helping other people get healthy. So that's a double whammy win, in my opinion. So I'll share a little bit about my business story. I don't even think of it as business necessarily, but I just started the products and I started learning. I plugged into the team page. It was like, oh my word, this is so much information. How do I keep up? So it's like checking every time that someone would post. Oh, another call. Okay, I need to go listen to that. And I plugged into YouTube videos about the products and really educated myself on what they were and how they worked and why they worked. Because I felt like in order for me to put my stamp of approval on the products, I couldn't just take someone else's word for it. I had to make sure that they were good and clean, and I could explain things, before I was going to start share them with people. So I was very apprehensive about the thought of making money by sharing the products. Now, maybe some of you don't have a problem with that, but I was like, I don't know what I think about this. The products are great, so I'm going to share them regardless, but let me think about what I think about how I'm going to do this, because I really considered sending all of my people that I shared plexus with to my friend Shoshana. And it was underlying, there was a fear underlying that because I was scared that someone would think I was trying to sell them something. And that was so disgusting to me. It was like, oh my word, I'm not doing this to make money off of people. I want them to get healthy and see the benefit, because I was seeing benefits in our family, and I wanted that for other people too. So it took a little while, and I started to think, you know what? If I'm going to send all of my people to Shoshana, why is it okay for her to have a business and make money? Where was my logic? That does not make sense. The world runs on business. So I took a little bit of a mindset shift for me, and I was like, you know what? I'll share with people, and I'm going to sign them up because, why not? I get compensated for simply sharing plexus with people. So that's cool. And I am a bit of an entrepreneur. I had little businesses growing up. So this was a process for me as I was working through it. But I started to share on Facebook. So I did 2 things to get my products covered. So I'm very organic, but I started sharing on Facebook. I was just like, oh my word, guys, look what I'm learning about blood sugar balance. I'm sure my first posts were so nerdy and maybe people didn't like them. I don't know, but I would get these messages. Hey, Megan, what are you talking about? Because I need something for my yeast problems. Or, hey, I have candida overgrowth. I need something here. Or, hey, I'm diabetic. This is stuff help diabetics. And so I started sharing. I was simply educating people. That's how I viewed it, is that I was educating people about what I was learning. And then people started to message me. They didn't usually comment or like my posts. My plexus posts were very lonely because I didn't have a lot of plexus people liking and commenting on my stuff. But people were watching. And that's the one thing is I really encourage people to share on Facebook and to contact people that you can think of that could benefit from these products. And so there's a couple of things that will benefit you with this. So I encourage everyone, like, if you're going to get your products covered, print off that list of 64 in the back office. It's really easy to log into your back office, and then you just click on training, I think, or resources, the resource library. That's where those, it's under training tab. But that's where that list is. And, or if you don't want to use that, just get a notebook paper and keep it on your fridge, or just keep a couple different papers around. And as people come to your mind, write them down, because people started coming to my mind, and I was like, why are they coming to my mind? I don't think it's coincidence. And I remember praying really specifically, like, Lord, just bring me people that need the products. Like, I want to help people with this. And so that's what I would start doing, like, tonight. If you haven't started making that video, or I'm sorry, not video, but if you haven't started making that list yet, then I would definitely do that. And then in addition to that, your dirt list. So think about who would do this just because you asked them to. That's your dirt list. So it might be your mom, it might be your BFF and your aunt or something like that. So when I started Plexus and started sharing, I had actually customers join me first. So there was a couple customers, and then my first three ambassadors that made me silver, which I did not go silver that fast. Okay, silver is simply getting 3 ambassadors on your team. I started the products in February. I did not go silver to the very, very end of April. And there were 3 really random people. It was not the people closest to me, not my mom or Justin or anyone like that. Just 3 super random people. And so anyways, the way you're going to go silver or get your products covered is by talking to people. It's not hard. This is not hard. We don't have to stock inventory. For $34.95, you got a website, and that's all you need. You need that and your voice and a willingness to share it with people. So that's it. I mean, I feel like it's so simple, so easy. And you don't have to even like use a script or anything like that. I just tell people, be genuine, be yourself, be authentic. Like, why are you sharing this? Well, yeah, okay, so you want to get your products covered, but why else? Because you want to help people, right? And so when that's your motivation, that comes through. Like, people know that, like, you're wanting to help others with something that's blessed you. So I would say, no, like when you're making your Facebook post, there is, like, if you search first posts on the team page or ask your sponsor to help you with your first post, they would be more than happy to do that. We have a little graphic that has a script that you can say, something as simple as, hey, I'm so excited. My friend so-and-so told me about these products that are helping her with her energy, her tummy health, and whatever else, like 3 things. And then you can just say, who wants to try this with me? And I know a lot of times people are like, oh my word, I need to have my own testimony. I need to make sure I can stand behind these products, all those things. Borrow our belief. The products work, and they will benefit other people. They don't have to have your story for them to work for them. And I always encourage people, get an accountability partner or 3, because you'll be more successful with accountability. And so, yeah, we don't encourage anyone to be salesy. You don't have to sell anything. All you're doing is simply inviting people to try it with you. And if you already have a little bit of a story, like if you're starting to notice a couple of things, then say that. Like, I'm noticing an uptick in my energy. Or, hey, I noticed I didn't have to drink my coffee or my Diet Coke this week, or not as much as I normally do. Anything like that. Like, people track with that. And that's huge. Like, that's not a small thing. That's a huge thing. It's the benefit of blood sugar balancing, your gut health getting rebalanced, and things like that. And, share your life on social media. If you're not a social person on social media, start sharing more bits and pieces of your life, like whatever you can do to add value to someone else. Something you were encouraged by, something that was inspirational. Like and comment on your friends' posts, because if you just haven't been on Facebook except like once a month, and then all of a sudden you put up a Plexus post and then just leave it there, you may not get any interactions, because Facebook is well, in 2018 they've really revamped it, so where the algorithms are forcing people, if you want your stuff to be seen by other people on Facebook, you have to interact, you have to be social. And so I would recommend before you make a post, go on, like and comment on your friends' stuff, and then make your post, and then like and comment on more friends' posts, and like engage. Don't just say smiley face or like actually write a sentence or a phrase or something. So you might have people that come back after you like reach out to them and say, hey, you know, I really think that you should look at Plexus. Have you ever heard of it? It's really blessed, you know, it's blessing your family, or I'm looking for people to, you know, do it with me because I want accountability. They might come back and say, yeah, like, what is it? Mm-hmm. And you might be like, what is it? Oh yeah, what is it? What do I say? So at that point, that's when you invite your sponsor to do a little message, like a three-way message with you. This is great because they will take the conversation and teach you how to talk to people about Plexus. And it's really not hard or complicated. You just basically ask people questions. You can say like, yeah, I started Plexus. It's like this pink drink that helps balance blood sugar and some stuff to work on gut health. What are your health goals? And like, as soon as you can flip it to a question, do that. You don't want to like throw up Plexus on people or like say too much. The other thing that I try to do now is like when people are kind of intrigued, I just help them get on the phone with me. That way I can talk to them and ask them questions like, okay, what are your health goals? What supplements are you on? What medications are you on? You can listen to their pain points, like what they're struggling with. And 99.9% of the time, I always start people on Triplex Combo and X Factor. So if you want to say something?
Yeah, I think one of the main things is just you have to interact with people. This is a networking industry, so in a networking company, so you have to network. You have to talk to people, and it can be on social media. Social media is a wonderful tool that we can use where we can reach a lot of people in a short amount of time. So it's definitely a smart tool to use, but it's a matter of just talking to people. I was able to, a guy signed up today that I met over a year ago in the sauna at the YMCA. So it's just a matter of talking to people, you know, and a lot of times when I talk to people too, and I just want to let you know kind of the way I approach people. I have no pressure when I talk to people. Mm-hmm. When I talk to people, I'm not looking for a sale. I'm not stressed out and have a list, or I'm trying to, you know, get a certain amount of people today, where I'm, you know, because when you have that pressure, you come across very pushy, and you come across like you really don't care about the person, you care about the sale. And I can honestly say that I care about the people I talk to. So if someone doesn't sign up the first time I talk to them, that's fine. What I like to do is I like to know the person. I like to ask questions, because when you ask questions and you have dialogue with somebody, then you know what their needs are. And then you can meet their specific needs rather than just throwing a bunch of products at them that they might not even need. And I think that people pick up on your intentions. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they get them wrong, but I think a lot of times people can get a vibe from you. I mean, you know when you're being sold something. So don't just talk to people. You know, just love people. We have products that honestly that are changing people's lives. We have a business opportunity that's changing people's lives. And I think most Americans can benefit from either the products and or the business opportunity that we have. So knowing that, I just talk to people, ask questions, and...
Do you share Plexus with them every time you meet someone?
I don't share Plexus with people every time when I first meet people.
No.
I don't. I just talk to a person. And...
We do try to connect, though. We try to keep
I try to connect with them. I get their phone number, or I try to connect with them on social media, you know, so we can talk throughout, you know, later on, or continue our relationship, or continue to, you know, to learn more about each other or whatever. But I don't always, when I meet someone, I do not try to make a sale. I just talk to a person who has needs, and I know that we can probably meet some of his physical or her physical needs with what we have with Plexus. So that's kind of my approach. And
we look at ourselves as connectors and networkers. Like, it's really fun to be a connector. Like, if you have that mindset, like adding value to people, even, I mean, not every conversation is going to go anywhere either. Like when you're talking to the checkout lady, you may just be connecting to add value to her and to thank her and to be appreciative of what she's doing for you. And, you know, it's fun to be a connector because you can connect other people with other people depending on what products or what services someone offers. So I think it's really fun.
Yeah, and this business honestly comes down to relationships, and it comes down to activity. You have to do the things, and you have to talk to people. And, you know, those are the two main things, really.
So in light of going silver, so silver means you have 3 ambassadors join your team. And so every person that you sign up is going to buy a welcome pack. So they're either going to buy a $25 welcome pack or a $50 welcome pack. And you're going to also get a $100 bonus when you hit silver. And that gets paid out to you during the commission payout on the 15th of the next month. So just FYI, your business building bonuses, the $25 or $50 off the welcome packs, no, whatever, the benefit of that gets paid out weekly. So you get paid 5 times. You get paid every week, and you get paid once a month. So your once a month paycheck would be your customers and your bonuses. So going silver means that you're going to make $175 if they all purchase the $25 welcome pack. If they buy the $50 welcome pack, the $200 welcome packs, you can get $50 back. Did I say that right? I hope I did. Anyways, that would be $250. So you make between $175 and $250, depending on what kind of welcome packs they purchase. And I will say something really quick. Unless someone is purchasing for like their whole family, or the husband and wife are doing the products together, I don't have people order double welcome packs, because I want people to be ordering consistently and not like ordering one time and then like not setting up a subscription. So anyways, that's just wise for the person buying the products, and it's wise for the person's business that's, you know, starting off. So that way you have the consistency factor going too. So anyways, I just wanted to mention that really quick. For those of you that are going for super silver, I'll just say really quick that means that you have 10 ambassadors on your team. So maybe you're already silver, or maybe you're working on silver and super silver at the same time. So those 10 people can come from you personally sponsoring 10 people, or that can come from 3 people that you sponsor and then helping those 3 people go silver. So there can be some various team structure there. And there's like no cap on what you can make as a super silver. Like you get paid some extra bonuses, you get paid off of everyone's welcome packs. So there's some great cash incentives to be earning to grow your team. So, and by the way, when you hit that super silver mark, you will also be halfway to gold. And gold is a very fun rank to get to. And that means your team is really taken off. If you can get to gold, you can get to diamond, but that's not the scope of this call tonight. We were just going to talk about silver and super silver. And so one thing I did want to mention really quick is don't be afraid to qualify your people. So as you're chatting with people and people are like, okay, well, I think I want to try this. What do I do now? Okay, the next thing you need to do is get them on the phone. So I shy away from the phone because I don't like talking on the phone with people for whatever weird reason. But I do that because it helps me hear their pain points. We can talk, we can discuss what is going on with their health a little bit more, and we can see what would the best fit would be for products, and also whether they should be a customer or an ambassador. And I know I've taught on this on the team page multiple times. So if you're a seasoned ambassador, you're hearing this again and again, but you want to qualify those people, because people that are not willing to give it a full 90 days plus should only be customers. So if you send someone is skeptical, or they just want to do it for the money back guarantee, then they should definitely be customers. If they're willing to give it 3 months or more, then I would say, hey, if you're going to give it 3 or more months, you should be an ambassador, get the wholesale pricing. You also have the opportunity to get your products covered. And I always love to ask, who, if they're game for sharing, just ask them. It's like, okay, what are your thoughts about sharing? Because that also will tell you too whether that person is ready to go silver right away, because that will help them get their own products covered as well. So you definitely want to be going over those things. Asking good questions. Okay, you want to answer that?
There we go. Sure. Someone had asked a question, what happens if they're from a different country? A couple different things is, it depends on which country they're from. You can sign up ambassadors in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the United States at this point. We will at some point launch into new countries, but as of right now, those are the only countries that Plexus is available in as far as being an ambassador.
Australia, yeah.
So you're talking specifically of Australia. Yes, they can sign up as an ambassador or a customer in Australia.
And APO addresses, right?
Yes, APO addresses for someone like in the military, then yes, you can ship there as well.
Does anyone have any questions so far? Feel free to either put them in the chat thread or just unmute yourself, because if you have the question, probably other people do too. Did someone just unmute?
Yes, I did. Talking about signing up people in different countries, Australia, like you're saying to get them on the phone. Well, how do you do that with a different country? Like, how would you like fill out their information for them, or do I ask that, or is it different? I don't know if anybody's done that before.
Oh, they'll just have to go to the website and type in the country that they want to. So when you join as an ambassador, there's an option of what country. You have to select the country. Okay. So they'll probably have to walk through that themselves, but you could do it on the phone with them, I guess, if you wanted. My girl that's in New Zealand did it on her own. So we didn't have any issues. Same with my Canadian people too. I think we did chat via Facebook Messenger, actually.
Yeah.
So that's an option. Okay, so basically application for going silver, like to boil it down, all you need to do is make your first post. And we kind of talked about what to do before and after, like social media wise, to just make sure your stuff is being seen. And if you can get some people to like and comment on that post, so like tell your sponsor, like, hey, I made my post, can you go like support it? That will help more people see it. So the more likes and comments you can get, that helps. If you don't see likes and comments, it does not mean people didn't see it. So just, you might get some private messages, or you might need to make some more posts, like depending on what time of day you post and things like that. And then something that goes right along with that, so the second part of the application is to make your Franks list, which would be like your friends, relatives, acquaintances, people like that just like pop in your head like, oh my word, so-and-so has diabetes, or oh, this friend has autoimmune issues, or this person I know has a lot of gut problems or anxiety or whatever. And then you have to take that list and actually do something with it. So you need to reach out to those people, either call them, text them, private message them on Facebook. Like, I've built my business up to diamond literally off of social media. So it's a great tool. It's a great avenue. And I really work to make what I share on Facebook appealing to people, to add value to other people, to share my life, share my heart, share what I love. And so it's a combination of things. It's not just Plexus. Like, that is a turn off to people. Even if people love Plexus, like too much of it won't get the desired result. So I want what I share about my business, or share about my kids, or share about whatever, like I want it to be a reflection of me. So as I share on social media, that's a goal that I have. So what other questions do we have? Any other questions? Anyone can go silver. Anyone can go super silver. It does boil down to doing the things. It's not hard stuff, and it doesn't have to be scary. I've had so many fears in the beginning, but don't be scared, because we have something that really, really helps people. And I always frame my mindset to, you know what, this person may be praying for an answer to either their health or their finances, and I have that answer. Like, that's so exciting, because I know there are people out there that are looking for work from home opportunities, or there are people out there praying for answers for their gut health, for their kids, eczema, or ADHD issues, their anxiety, or whatever. So we truly have something so, so special and so unique. If you guys have not gone to an opportunity tour event near you, be sure to plug into one of those. Super fun. They're hosted all across the US and Canada this month and next month. So We just hosted one last week for Springfield, Illinois. It was really good just to be in person with all these people. Yeah, and Mark and Lana were there, so that was fun. Okay, any other quick questions? Definitely let your sponsor know if you are working on going silver. If you're listening to this call because you didn't catch the live one, let your sponsor know what your thoughts are, what you're working towards, because they will help you get your goals. So do not be shy about letting your sponsor know. Like, that's what they're there to help you with. They're there to help you answer questions. Do not feel like you're bugging someone. Even if you have questions and you post on the team page or you're in a chat thread and post like that, the more questions you ask, the more successful you're going to be. I asked so many questions my first year, and I still ask lots of questions because that's how we learn. So fun.
There's also some really good tools that I think they're very simple tools that you can use. If you are a fairly new ambassador, you would have got a success guide or success kit with your welcome pack. There was a period of time where they were kind of in transitions between updating the success kit, so you might not have got the physical copy of it, but you can find it in your back office. If you log into your back office, you'll go to the training tab on the left, click that, and then below you'll see it. There'll be a drop-down list. Go to resource library, and in the resource library, there's a lot of wonderful tools that you can look at. There's a success kit or success guide in there. There's product information in there. There's IPA sheets you can print off. There's just a lot of great tools in there. Unless you're on Lynn's team, and then she'll make you your own book and send that to you, which I have a copy of it. It's awesome, by the way. So, but yeah, take advantage of those tools. They're there to use, so you might as well use them, and they're free. So, and they've been well done. They've been put together by diamonds in the company. So people who have gone before us have put these things together through their experiences. So definitely take advantage of those tools.
And don't get overwhelmed. Like, we want to keep things super simple. Like, really, your success guide is really all you need. We're here as helps, and like the team page is there to be a help, not to like overwhelm anyone with too much info. So use it as you need. There's a video resource on the team page. If you click, I'm actually in the process of organizing that, and so I did a lot of trainings in November, December, and January, just little topics that I trained on. So if you want to go click on the video tab and work through those are really helpful. And then yeah, if you need to know about opportunity tours, check your emails, because there's a link for all the different tours.
Right.
And then what was the other one thing I was going to say? YouTube. We have a YouTube video channel that might be helpful. And there's just a lot of resources. So we have so much info now. That's like, it's a good thing, and it's also like a lot of info. So don't get overwhelmed. This business is really relationships and just sharing with people. Yep. That's what it is, and helping them get started. So very simple. Keep it simple. All right. Any other quick questions?
Okay.
We're good?
All right.
Okay.
Hi, John.
We saw John for just a second.
I saw John for a second peek in there, so. Right. Okay. So
all righty. You guys have a great night.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.